Good afternoon. This is cause number 2020-00280. In the interest of Jacob Lee Leal, all parties please raise your right hand and be sworn in. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Mr. Leal, please unmute yourself.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the child.
My name is Cristina Reyes, the mother of Jacob Leal.
Sir, your name and your relationship to the child.
Alex Leal, father.
Counsel, your name and who you represent. Please unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. Your name and
Oscar Trevino, Trevino. I represent the mother.
okay. And for the state?
Kara Mitchell.
All right, we've got a suit for modification of support order and motion to confirm support arrearage. And we're having a hearing today, is that correct?
Yes, that is correct, Your Honor.
Do we have any stipulations?
Yes, Your Honor. The parties have stipulated that child support should be set at $777 a month to begin April the 1st, every month thereafter. Medical support should be set at $142 a month starting April the 1st and every month thereafter on the 1st. Dental support should be set at $28 a month starting April the 1st and thereafter.
Okay.
As of
yes.
And as of February the 28th, 2021, Mr. Leal is in arrears for child support in the amount of $1,017.91.
Okay.
For medical support arrears as of February the 28th, 2021, he's in arrears in the amount of $911.45.
All right. What is the issue?
The issue is possession credit, Your Honor, and that will allow us to calculate what the judgments should be going forward.
All right, let's proceed.
Okay. At this time, I'd like to call Mr. Leal.
Okay.
Mr. Leal, please state your name for the record.
Alex Leal.
Okay. Your son, where does he live right now?
With myself.
How long has he lived with you?
The majority of the time, 70, 80% since I'm going to say November of last year.
Okay. What do you mean when you say by majority of the time?
Majority of the time is, of course, my wife on paper has custody of Jacob, our son.
I'm sorry. You were breaking up. Can you say that again?
Yes, up until November of last year, give or take. I'm not too sure on the date. My wife, my ex-wife, Christina, lived a mere 1 or 2 miles away from me. And around that time in November of last year, she relocated and moved to, I believe, the Katy area, which is approximately 55, 60 miles away. Now, our son Jacob is enrolled at Pasadena ISD in Pasadena and at San Jacinto College Central, where he's taking early college courses, despite living with his mother. So, of course, due to the COVID, the majority of his education, so to speak, and he's a senior this year, graduating in a couple of months, May 18th, I believe. And all of these school functions are obviously, when they are available, including graduation, which is coming up, are and will be in Pasadena. So him being 18 years old, he is not able, and he is not allowed actually, to travel this distance. So, of course, Miss Christina has allowed him, so to speak, and it's become more convenient to have him stay with me for a long time since November, like I mentioned. And he is here now for that sole reason. So I don't feel this hearing before us in this whole child support matter is something that I initiated in April of 2019 originally, when I requested a modification because my income had decreased 50 to 60%. And of course, the motion or the previous court hearing that was dismissed, from what I understand recently, without prejudice, prevented the Attorney General's office from acting on all of the stuff I submitted 2 years ago, 25 months ago. So, of course, now I am being told that my child support will be decreased. If the calculator that they used, that I used 2 years ago, is one and the same, I will take it at face value, and I am agreeing to that. What I am wanting and requesting and begging the court now is to get relief or the bare minimum, which would be him staying with me since November, in essence, a longer period of time. And then at some point, Attorney General has told me that I cannot act up upon all these other things that I've requested that were never able to be heard, because this hearing, or the previous hearing, was prejudice, of course, prevented them to act upon it.
So, Mr. Leal, are you asking for possession credit?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I pass this witness.
Mr. Trevino, you have any questions?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Mr. Leal, when you say that she dumped, well, I don't want to say dumped, but that she's left the child with you and you're having the child, if I heard you right, 70, 80% of the time. Is that what you were stating?
Yes, sir. Yeah, all but the dump portion that you mentioned.
I'm sorry?
I said everything, yes, I agree, except for the word dump. I never said
Yeah, and I apologize for that.
Yes, sir.
Okay, the child is free, so to speak, to go back to his mother's at any point, right?
Correct.
Okay. Would you agree with me that it's since it's the senior year, there's a lot of activities that require his presence at the school?
Of course. Agreed.
Okay. And it's a little more convenient, or has been since November, that he stays with you a few more days because of that.
Correct. That is, on face value, that is, in my opinion, what is happening. And of course, I certainly don't have a problem with it because I love spending time with our son.
Okay. But he is free to come back and forth between his mother's and your house, correct?
Correct. However, he has stated to me that he prefers to live here.
Objection as to hearsay, Judge?
Same.
Okay. All right. Nothing further.
He is available, by the way, if the
Oh,
court wishes.
hold on, sir.
Hold on.
Ms. Mitchell.
I have no more questions of this witness. Your Honor.
All right. Call your next witness.
I'd like to call Miss Christina Leal. Miss
Yes,
Leal,
ma'am.
have you directed your son to go and live with Mr. Leal?
No, ma'am. I moved to Katy. I actually signed the paperwork November the 26th. I moved in November the 27th to Katy, and like Mr. Leal mentioned, it's Jacob's senior year, and like everybody knows, senior years is crazy, especially right now with the COVID. And he does go stay with his dad. I'm not going to say he doesn't go stay with his dad. He does stay there extra days. Like, last night I went to go drop him off because today he had to go to San Jack to go pick up his cap and gown. And then I'll go pick him up on Monday because this weekend's his dad's weekend. And that's the way it's been since December. Well, December, it was actually Alex's holiday. So he has spent more days over there than the usual every other weekend, just because there's so many things coming up with the senior year.
Okay, let me ask you this. You heard Mr. Leal testify that he is requesting possession credit. Do you believe he should receive possession credit?
I feel that I've been more than fair with Mr. Leal. I got divorced back in 2012. Never have I ever asked for a modification, never asked for anything, even though he was making a lot more money than when we first got divorced. But if he feels that that's what makes him happy, at this point, I've got 2 months to go before my son graduates, and this child support is over. I don't want the fighting or the arguing or putting my son in the middle of all this. If that's what it takes for it just to stop, that's fine.
Okay, how much possession credit are you willing to give him?
I think that's probably a legal question.
Okay, I'll move on. Miss Leal, just one more question. You have any safety concerns regarding Mr. Leal?
No, ma'am.
Okay, and so that it is not an issue that you address up here in the order that we're going to do today. Is that correct?
That's correct.
I pass the witness, Your Honor.
Have any questions, Mr. Trevino?
Yes, sir. Just a couple. Mrs. Reyes, I just want to make certain I understand you right. You're willing to give your ex-husband some possession credit?
If that stops all this, I mean, that's fine. I'm Mr. Trevino. I've been trying to get a modification for the past 3 years, and I'm kind of over it.
Well, let me ask you then. At all times, you could have come and picked up the child, right? Or the child was free to come back to your house, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
You're actually doing Mr. Leal a favor by leaving him over at his house for an extra day or so every week.
Yes.
Okay. And again, as has been stated, child senior year, a lot of activities, etc., that are going on back at Pasadena High School.
That is correct.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Anything further, Ms. Mitchell?
Nothing further, Your Honor. The state would rest.
All right, the court gives possession credit to the father, resulting in arrears judgment in the amount of 0. All other stipulations are approved.
Did you say 0, Judge?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Mr. Trevino, you represent Miss Leal or Mr.
The
Leal?
mother, yes.
I'm sorry, Miss Leal.
Miss
The
Leal,
mother.
yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. All right.